Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Money and Mysticism. It's July 22nd. I had a birthday this week. That's fun. So, what's happening? So if anybody has a question, anything you would like me to explore with you about your money situation, related to your spiritual path or not related to your spiritual path, because ultimately everything is related to our spiritual path. Everything is our spiritual path. So yes, if there's anything you'd like to dive into with your money situation, go ahead and post it. Because like I said last week, anything anybody is dealing with, I'm sure that we are all dealing with at some level. So if we work energetically with one person, really we're working with everybody. So I'll wait a couple minutes for that. If you're here, say hi. It is very warm. I'm very warm here. Pennsylvania, I think we're having a heat wave everywhere though. Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. I would love to see some more people show up for my Shakti Pot sessions if anybody's interested in that. I have one coming up on Tuesday. You can sign up for that through my website, kaishanti.com/group sessions, I think it is. But if you go to my website, you'll find it. And that's this week. So then the next week is on Learn It Live. So I'm going to give it a couple months to see if more people show up, to see if it takes off at all. So if anybody is interested, please let me know or come to those. Hi, Sandra or Sandra G. Nice to see you. Glad that you're here. And if there are no questions at this point, we will meditate. And if somebody has a question, you can post it at any point. We'll see if we have time to get into it later. But yeah, think about it, over the week. If you come, if you think of a question over the week, then just type it in right when we start at the beginning so we can get to that. All right. Otherwise, let's meditate. See what comes through today about money. Money and spirituality, money and mysticism. Nata Guru Shalyana Kralyana Guru. Reve Kama Samsalya Takrana Reve Guru. I am Shiva Guru Kramalia Makra. I am Shiva Guru Guru Nosalya Takramata. Shiva Karma Sanyana Guru. Let's bring the energy into our throat and our heart today. So seeing the throat and the heart coming together and bringing all of our graceful energy into the throat and the heart today. Shiva Karma Reme Kalyanakra. Allowing the throat and the heart to open up in divine grace and divine love. Tarakramate. Allowing the throat and the heart to open up together in divine grace and divine love. Shiva. Shiva, 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 Guru Kurumarete. Opening the throat into the heart. Just imagining the throat opening right up into the heart space. Guru Shiva Kurumarete Kali 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 Karanata. Feeling the energy of grace, the Kundalini Shakti arising and opening in the heart, into the throat. Kundalini Shakti arising, awakening in the heart, into the throat. Shavakarma Hrede. When we open our heart and our throat together, it becomes this beautiful expression of grace. Expressing into the world what we feel, what we know, what we experience in the depth of our being. Shivakarma Sandara. And what is in the heart today? What does it want to say? What does it want to express? And as we just open up this channel, this beautiful channel of light from the heart up through the throat, and we feel this Kundalini awakening happening from the heart up through the throat. What wants to be expressed? What wants to be released? What wants to be heard? Shakaramate. Allowing this awakening to occur. Allowing this awakening to occur. Allowing this awakening to occur so that we can express divinity and truth and love. Karamate. Om Nama, 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 Guru Shava Guru. And if we're on the topic of money, what do we see in our heart awakening in the way of wealth and money and substantial grace? Because our expression can be an expression of wealthy, substantial grace, right? Are we expressing with this just huge channel of grace? Are we contracted and pulled back in fear? So what is our expression? Do we have this divine expression of grace coming through this huge channel from our heart up through our throat? It's just this beautiful channel of opening and grace and light and love. So we can express this generous, open, flowing expression of grace. Or are we holding back in fear? Are we tight, right? Are we lacking? Are we holding on? Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. We can't express the grace and the truth and the divinity within us if we're in this fearful holding back, not having enough way of being. It's constricting, right? So let's open everything up from the heart up through the throat. Shiva, 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 this beautiful, divine, open expression. When God's grace fully expresses through us from the very depth of our being. And as the channel just widens, right? The grace is just growing and growing and expanding. So ultimately, all money, all wealth comes from inside of us. That's where our wealth grows from. It's in our being. So how can we let it flow and be with us in this reality if we're constricted and tight and fearful and lacking and not having enough? We have to open it all up, open the heart, open the throat, open this channel of grace. You can feel it just expanding the light channel, heart into the throat, expressing this beautiful grace, finding all of that wealth in the heart chakra, finding all of that wealth in the center of our being. So it can express through this big, beautiful channel of light, coming through us gracefully, easily, freely. Shakara bakara 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 ba. So let's see if we can feel the difference of constriction, right? So heart and throat are constricted. We're afraid to tell the truth. We're afraid to be who we are. We're afraid to speak about what really matters to us. We're afraid to give anything because if we give, we're not going to get back, right? If we give too much money away, then we don't have money. But if the money's coming from the heart, you see that that's just a constriction. That's not allowing the money to flow from its true source. So the more we open up to receive the grace and allow the grace to flow from us, through us, allow the wealth to flow from us, through us, the more generous we are, the more we let it flow, the more it's there for us and for everyone in the world around us. So let's feel that opening happening from the heart up through the throat, from the heart up through the throat, from the heart up through the throat, expanding in grace, receiving love right from the center of the heart space, seeing all the wealth that exists already within the heart. That's where it is, because wealth is God, God is wealth, wealth is love, love is God, Shiva, and that's all here. That's where all of that resides. So we have to let the wealth out in order to have the wealth, right? We have to open up, expand, be in grace, allow divinity to come through us. Opening and expanding, opening and expanding, opening and expanding. Shavakruv. So you can even physically feel a tight restriction in this heart area, through the chest, into the throat. Right? If we're in fear, if we're holding back, if we're being stingy, there's a constriction here. It can be physically felt if we tune into it. We want to open that up. We want to release the fear. We want to know that everything we need is taken care of. It's within our being. It's within God. God is within us. Right here. Opening, 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 opening. Shavakrama, krama, 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 krama. Oh. So it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So let's think of our mouth down through our throat into our heart as the rainbow. And at the end of the rainbow, right in the center of the heart, is that pot of gold. It's the magic. It's the dwelling place of God. Sadhguru. Rekanao. Ravaguru. Naraguru. Ravaguru. Raraguru. Raraguru. Shiva Wo. Shiva Guru. Shiva. So let's expand the heart, expand up into the throat, expand into the throat. Expand the heart, expand into the throat, expand the heart, expand into the throat. So we can let this beautiful grace of God in the form of Kundalini energy, in the form of money and wealth, to rise up from the center of our heart. So it comes into the world as an expression, a grand expression of love. Somebody was asking me about Tantra the other day. Tantra is when we see everything in the world as divine, everything in the world as God, everything in the world as perfection and grace. So we don't want to get lost in believing in the material world. We want to get lost in the knowing that the material world is the existence of God. So money is the existence of God. Anything and everything we need, want, or desire is the pure existence of God. Can we allow money to flow from our heart as the pure existence of God's grace and God's love? Just see if we can see that happening. Money flowing from the heart space as this pure existence of God's grace and God's love. So much beautiful joy and grace coming from the heart space. As money, as love, as beauty. Rising up, rising up, rising up deep from the heart. Rising up, whatever we want, let it rise up deep from the heart, whether it's love, wealth, anything we want, let it rise up from deep in the heart space. Everything is formed from God. God is in the heart. God is in love. And it's coming to me in this moment that we set an intention last week to manifest a certain amount of money. Curious to know if anybody did that. I'm realizing that I manifested much more than that than the intention that I set this week. So oh. 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 There we go. So there we are, allowing money, grace, truth, peace, divinity to rise up from the heart space where it exists already. Because of the truth of all things, that is who we are. We are the center of heart space. We are in the divine. We are perfect. Shavakrama krama 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 krama. Oh. Shiva. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, that was very nice. Let's see. Oh, hi, Fatima. Very nice to have you here. I love you too. I love you. I love everybody who is here. Thank you. All right, everyone. Again, please bring your questions if you have them, because if you have a money thing that you would like me to, and I will actually energetically work through it with you. Because if you have something, someone else will have something similar. So that's just the way it works. We're all one. We all have similar energetic things to clear and to go through. Hi, Richard. Namaste. All right, everyone. That was a beautiful meditation. Thank you for being here with me for that today. I will be back next week, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week, Gemma.